We fell in love with each other. Or maybe it wasn't love at all, maybe it was just attachment. A strong, aching need, dressed up like something gentler, something more noble. Whatever it was, I could feel it radiating from them too, at least at first. Maybe even more than I felt it myself. Sometimes the avoidant would break character, slip out of their armor, and act anxious. "Why haven't you responded to me?" they'd ask. "It's been 6 hours. Please talk to me." It was confusing. Their actions didn't match their words. They were always so careful to tell me what they weren't ready for, emotionally unavailable, not looking for anything serious, not in the right headspace for a relationship. But they wanted something. A connection, a closeness that looked suspiciously like intimacy, like romance. They wanted warmth, consistency, vulnerability. They just didn't want the label, didn't want the accountability. Looking back now, I see the hypocrisy in it all. They wanted exclusivity without exclusivity, commitment without commitment, emotional safety without emotional labor. How could I not catch feelings? It was a relationship, even without the title. We talked every hour of every day. And when we weren't talking, we were texting. We were each other's first thought in the morning and last breath before sleep. So yes, it was attachment, but it also felt like love. I still remember the first message they ever sent me. It wasn't just charming, it was crafted like a spell. "You feel like someone I've been looking for without knowing it." That was it, one line. Short, unassuming, but it lit me up like a Christmas tree in the dark. I read it again and again, letting the words settle somewhere deep inside me. They weren't just flirting, they were seeing something in me, and I fell for it. Fast. Our first date was electric. That's not even a metaphor, it felt like plugging into something ancient and alive, like we already knew each other in some other life. The kind of night where time folds in on itself. We talked for hours, really talked. First loves, childhood stuff, their last relationship, and why it ended. Mine and how I healed. Nothing was off limits, and that level of openness made me dizzy in the best way. And then, in the middle of a laugh, they asked, kind of playfully, "So what's your type?" They looked at me, eyes all soft and mischievous, and said with a grin, "So, I'm your type." The way they said it, like it made them proud, like being mine was something they actually wanted. I went home glowing. For once, I didn't have to overanalyze everything. I just felt it, all of it. And then came the second date. If the first was soul talk, the second was soul touch. We crossed that boundary effortlessly, hands brushing knees, fingers locking without thinking. Every touch was deliberate but gentle. Their hand on my neck, my head on their chest, they were all in. They were affectionate with their words, too, calling me beautiful in that quiet, reverent way that makes your breath catch. And when someone else tried to flirt with them that night, they waved it off casually and said, "No, I'm with someone," then glanced at me, like I was a secret they didn't want to keep anymore. It felt like being claimed, not owned, not controlled, seen, desired. Chosen. I went to bed thinking, so this is what it's like when someone really wants you. The shift wasn't sudden, it started with a fight, like fog rolling in. But it went from 0 to 1,000 really quickly and left me confused on why the response to this misunderstanding was so blown out of proportion. Plans were canceled. Silence dragged on for weeks. I called to discuss and even apologized because I saw how hurt they were, even while they did not reciprocate. They still continued the silence, like they expected it all to end with this fight. So much so, that they did not even say happy birthday to me. After some weeks, we managed to come together to have a talk, and it was like they could not even remember why they were mad at me. So we continued from where we stopped. The physical connection was still electric, but I noticed every other thing was a little awkward beneath it all. At first, I barely noticed it. A strange comment here, a shift in tone there. They weren't angry, but there was an irritation in how they responded to me. As if the things that once drew them in, now grated on them. "Who wears that much makeup in the morning?" I laughed it off. They didn't respond, just let the silence do the judging.